Our journey started in the morning with our sight set on Stokes Bay and the Kangaroo Island Wildlife Park. First up was Stokes Bay, and as always, Google Maps offered two routes. We chose the shorter one, not knowing it would take us down an unsealed road. Thankfully, it was smooth, but just as we were venturing further into the gravel road, light showers began. Then Google Maps led us to a private property instead of Stokes Bay. We had actually driven past the beach turnoff, but the entrance was so different from the other beach entrances that we didn't notice it at first. After a quick U-turn, we eventually found our way to the beach.
We then saw a note which is saying, Google is wrong. Stokes Bay, 5 kilometers where we came from. We should leave a feedback on Google Maps. They should make this correct. Definitely we are not happy with the Google Maps. Something should be done.
Finally found the Stokes Bay beach after a wrong turn. We're finally here, but then it started raining again. So let's quickly go. Either we go to the car or we go away for a bit. Let the rain.
As it stands now, we are still stuck in the car. It's raining.
Because it's raining and I forgot my bigger jacket. So I don't want to be rained on.
So it looks like we're gonna stay in the car for a while. Maybe it's gonna stop raining. When? We don't know.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
After the rain had stopped, we decided to explore the beach. The path to the beach was not immediately obvious. We made our way towards a narrow trail and suddenly it felt like we had reached a dead end. Just a wall of weathered limestone rocks. But then, we spotted a small hidden opening between the boulders. It was like discovering a secret passage. We ventured through the gap, our footsteps echoing against the stone as we carefully navigated over uneven ground. The cold, damp air from the occasional drizzle still lingered, and the soft sound of waves crashing in the distance kept our anticipation high. The shade of the rocks offered a quiet shelter from the rain, making the experience an even more like an adventure. Rocky walls loomed overhead like a cave, and there were moments of unease, especially when the pathway tightened. If you have a larger frame, as Whopper does, you might have to squeeze through it in some spots. And then, just as we emerged from the rocks, it was like a whole new world opened up before us. Soft white sand stretched out towards shimmering turquoise waters of Investigator Strait. The contrast between the rocky, rough entrance and the calm, pristine beach was breathtaking. It felt almost like we had stumbled upon a hidden paradise, completely untouched and tranquil. This place wasn't just a beach, it was an adventure in itself, offering a peaceful escape that was as unique as the journey to find it. On the far side of Stokes Bay, beyond the golden sands and the rolling waves, we found a striking formation of weathered rocks adorned with vivid orange hues. These boulders, dusted with lichen, stood in bold contrast to the grey skies above. As occasional rain showered drizzled down, adding a sense of mystery to the landscape. Their rugged and time-worn surfaces told the story of centuries of wind, salt, and waves shaping the coastline. Climbing atop these rocks, we were rewarded with a breathtaking panorama of the beach and the vast waters of Investigator Strait stretching endlessly towards the horizon. From this elevated perch, the coastline unfolded in both directions, sweeping dunes to one side, cliffs in the distance, and the wide-crested waves gently rolling onto the shore. The sound of the ocean echoed against the rocks, mingling with the salty breeze that carried the scent of the sea. Coming off these rocks, we spotted little boulders stacked on top of each other, a curious sight that bade us to add our own to the growing formation. With a sense of quiet accomplishment, we carefully placed our boulder, adding a mark to the landscape. But as much as we were drawn to the serene beauty of the beach, we reluctantly left, going back. Another discovery awaited us just beyond shore.
We headed out east and off we are going. Hopefully it will continue growing.
After exploring Stokes Bay, we made our way to Kangaroo Island Wildlife Park. This time, we opted for a sealed road as the rain had poured. Despite the earlier weather challenges, the drive was much smoother, and we were eager to see what the wildlife park had in store for us. We made our way to Kangaroo Island Wildlife Park. We were handed a map at reception which guided us through the park at our own pace. We followed the map to the giant koala structure where we could step inside and position ourselves to look like the koala was giving us a big cuddly hug. Feels funny. We made our way through the park. We explored a variety of animal habitats. We fed the kangaroos, watched penguins swim gracefully in their enclosure, and observed the dingoes full of energy. The several moved with slick grace and we enjoyed watching the playful monkeys. Birds and ducks added vibrant color and a sound to our experience, while the snakes provided a bit of a thrill. We also attended a keeper's talk along the way to learn more about the animals and the park's conservation efforts. Our visit concluded with cuddling the koalas, a perfect way to end an unforgettable day of interacting with Australia's diverse wildlife. After exploring the wildlife park, we headed back to the inn, reflecting on what a day it had been. From Google Maps misleading us and leading us to a private property instead of Stokes Bay, to the rain that kept us in the car for nearly an hour and a half. It had been full of unexpected twists, but despite the setbacks, we still appreciated the beauty of the beach and the wonderful animals we encountered. It really turned out to be quite an adventurous day.
We almost had a good day. Wasn't it for the rains? But it's okay. We had a good day.
Well, we thought everything was beyond us, so we decided to freshen up, and we then headed out to order some fish and chips from a local spot, Amanda's Takeaway. We were looking forward to a simple meal to end the day, but when we got back to the inn and opened the takeaway, we were greeted with a disappointing sight: red leftover chips, the tiny ones from the bottom of the fryer. All the energy we had left just drained away. Our rating for the meal and the takeaway: quarter with a star. We rested from the sorrows of the day, preparing for our last day on the island as we were leaving the following morning. If you're enjoying our travel diaries and haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so on our channel, Ropa and Sandra's Travel Diaries. Also, be sure to follow us on our Facebook page, Discovery Track, to keep up with our adventures.